Namaste, everybody. Welcome to Smart Yoga. I'm Don, and I've been asked by students, and I've explained this a number of times, and I've alluded to it and even mentioned it on some of the videos on the channel, but I wanted to elaborate just a little bit on what the Hindu principle of Ahimsa is. And don't let the word, like if you're, steadfast Christian or whatever you may be, don't let the idea that something has Hindu origins throw you off in this context at all, because it's a beautiful principle, the principle of Ahimsa, and that speaks to, it is a principle of nonviolence. And it's such a far-reaching, beautiful concept, because it isn't just about physical violence, nation against nation, person against person, whoever, husbands and wives arguing loudly and saying terrible things. It does include all of those things, but those are extreme examples. But just as importantly, the thoughts you have about yourself, for instance, like if you're in tree pose and you fall out of it, you lose your balance, happens to all of us, and you get that first thought in your mind like, oh, I'm terrible, or oh, when will I get this right? That is considered a form of violence to yourself. And awareness and self-awareness plays a big part in spotting these areas of not just merely like positive thinking. It's not about that. If you do have a tendency toward negativity, then just observe it. In your yoga practice, in your yoga classes, as you close your eyes and center, just be free to see what's inside you and don't fight it off. So you'll also see some good things in there. Maybe you're tenderhearted, maybe you're kind, maybe, all the things that you could be that are wonderful. But if you see negative things in there as well, then over time you want to have an intention to stop. And the less you do a given thing, because we are the sum of our habits, the less you do of a given thing, the less it will dawn on you to do it or to think it. So the principle of Ahimsa, or of nonviolence, can be practiced very well in your yoga mat, because your physical, your mental, your emotional, you're all the things that a human being is while on your mat. You're reflective, you're in a social setting, so you're aware of others. So that principle of Ahimsa, or of nonviolence, is such a valuable one. When I first heard it, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Actually, I'd heard it when I was younger, but it was even prior to me taking yoga and understanding it in that context. It's really a way of self-betterment. And if you can reduce the number of negative thoughts toward yourself, the idea is that you'll be able to reduce the negative thoughts toward others, because you're no longer in the habit of getting negative thoughts. So that is a larger idea of what Ahimsa, or nonviolence, means. It doesn't mean that if somebody's coming at you, meaning to do you physical harm, that you just have to go like this and never do anything. That's not what it's talking about. It's kind of what I had initially thought it might have meant, that just be like a little wiggly worm. It doesn't. Nonviolence is a position of strength, because you're battling yourself. You're challenging yourself to not get negative thoughts, not doing yourself harm. And then it's easier, the idea is that it's easier to extend that toward others, so that, I don't know, in a sense, you come to a place of greater acceptance of yourself, because there's less to object to that you can see. So I hope that helps you. It should. I know it's helped me, and that's it. So leave a comment about what your understanding of it is, and if this helped, or if you have anything that you'd like to see me react to, or cover or explain, and I'd be happy to do that. So have a wonderful day. Namaste. I'll see you on another video.